Leslie. Kadita. The enemy is picking.
Ano itatanong mo, ne? Ano itatanong mo? Oh, oh. Kampung ina mo. Ang ina mo.
Alright. MSC, M1 is the World Cup. MSC is like the...
It's after the M1, yeah.
the
It's a regional.
it's a regional thing. But you know. Nevertheless. Now, Execration is versus BSB. There's no Natalia band. There's the Grok band. There's the Cupra and the Cloud band. No Kaja whatsoever. Now, Leo, can you describe what we can expect from both Execration and CSP, both in terms of drafts and in terms of like their strategies?
Okay, so I like what our production team is doing here. Shout out to you guys in the back. And they're showing us here the heroes with the highest win rates. And as weird as it is, Grok and Claude have been making a name for themselves once more. And then to put it into perspective, 3 or 6 months ago, Grok and Claude are nowhere to be seen. Execration here picking up the TAMs. This is what I was going to get to. They like their fighters. So you can expect Execration to invest in that first. And then maybe pick up their core at around slot 3 or 4. And for BSB, they live with their mages. Man, if there was a team that was going to be picking up double mages at any point in this meta, even if we are in like a puberty stage, you expect their broad shoulders and their deep voices to be the mages. But you know what? I like that they picked up the Kaja. I was not expecting this from them.
Alright. Sorry, leader, you talked about Ling and how Execration likes it, putting it up all on hate, like building up the hate whatsoever, channeling the hate.
Channel the hate.
I think
Channeling the hate.
yeah, I think with Kaja and Johed, I was gonna say
There you go. There's the link.
do it anyway. Yeah, what's the idea here from Execration? Why did they pick the Ling when Johed and Kaja is already been picked up by BSB?
Pretty confusing as well because you see how good the pick-off potential is BSB just with those 2 heroes, and they pick 3 heroes actually with that show as well, that Revel in that side lane spacing the map kind of game style. So Execration, they're kind of like, I feel like this is a case of overconfidence for them, which is not rare. Definitely Execration, I would like to call them a very confident team. Even if the tide is against them, they don't really mind. They're still gonna play their stuff. But it's concerning, to say the least.
I feel like they're doing the opposite of what I would suggest. And yes, that's right. It feels like it's overconfidence. And it's going in a direction that doesn't feel right. But that's their goal. That's their gambit. They're forcing something that the opposing team is not expecting, and they might be going for shock and awe here. I don't know. I think they need one more support, and then maybe a mage for Execration. That might be the filler here, because that's definitely a carry Ling.
So it's going to be finally, or channeling the hate, whatever we call it. Now, I don't know, man. I'm sorry, I got called out by this Ling, and it being a pick that's they may be gonna suffer against BSB. But we'll see. Maybe this is a diversional tactic from Execration. Maybe they want BSB to focus on the Ling, like drafting around it, and maybe they're gonna show us a sucker punch come the last set of picks. Yeah.
I feel they really wanted to pick that Ling pick. They should have picked it first. But then again, at least they do manage to get the Atlas, which is like in the MYSG. That is one of the most contested picks out there. Not as successful here yet in MPL PH. So yes, Alina, those 2 picks are the most contested picks in the playoffs right now. MYSG.
I think they're just making the reason why Atlas is not as often seen here is because we're just starting to learn. We're learning how he is. And 7-1, 88%. Oh my God! As per frequency, it's pretty low compared to Grok and Claude. But when it comes to performance, Atlas is up there. So I like this. Seeing this from Execration. There's a support Selena, and there's a frontliner Atlas. And for BSB, it's the same story. It's that's a fighter. Wow, wait, give me a second. That seems like an actual Uranus. That's a frontliner Uranus.
Yeah, so It's not gonna be utility whatsoever.
Yeah. And then this Lilia looks like it's lethal, picking up the retribution.
And it's gonna be, well, we don't know yet who's gonna control it. Yeah, Swarly and Leo, I want to ask your quick predictions. I know you have three of them, Swarly. Just pick it up from there and then tell us very quickly what your predictions are.
I feel like, yes, the start of the draft was a bit iffy, in my opinion, for execration, but those last two picks with the Atlas and the Selena, I thought that it solves the problems of the draft fairly well. So I gotta give it execration for this one.
Alright. Now, Leo, let's start strong. What's your, want to go to 100%?
Here we go.
Do it.
Here we go. I'm rolling the dice 100% on the line, baby. I think execration got this. I agree with Farley that Selena and Atlas pick is going to fix what the Ling might be missing, especially with the Jawhead and the Kaja on the other end. Kagura from BSB, I don't know, man, especially the Reynos, they lack a little bit of like hard 5v5 CC, but I'm gonna say execration here.
Alright, 2 votes for execration. I think I'm gonna have to vote for execration as well, but let's see. I think that our casters think about something else. Now we're gonna pass it on to our casters. Take it away, guys.
Thank you very much, Wolf and the gang here. Of course, I'm going to be Rock Hard alongside, bringing you the action here. Execration versus BSB. So, how are you today?
I'm feeling a little blues, but this game is making me pretty excited because I have 2 different rosters or drafts in play, and according to the panelists, they really side with the execration, simply because the Selena and the Atlas really complements to whatever Ling is lacking onto the early phases of the game. But to me, I find it interesting to the side of BSB is, okay, sure, Lilia and Uranus, it seems a little bit lacking in terms of crowd control, especially when the game starts. But you have to take note that they have this mid to late game advantage as well. But without further ado, Rockhard, let's get it on with our first match, game 1 of the day.
Yeah, game 1, Execration versus BSB. Will the Execration battle plan of enabling hate to hate his enemies on his Ling, will that happen? Let's find out, and we shall see if BSB can enable, like you said, this line, there's good crowd control with maybe not that much burst. Can they survive the early game, and can they stop this Ling from ramping up strong? So,
Yes,
a bit of course, a bit of a shuffle here on the mid lane, no big issues there, but what I want to ask is, how does BSB want to win this? Does Jiraxnu have enough what it takes to survive against the Ling later on? That's what we'll have to find out. Right now, engaged in the jungle, a lot of damage being absorbed there by Execration, loses 1 member already, E2 Max on the Selena. Obviously, the squishiest member aside from Ling goes down.
Yes, indeed. And what's good about it is that it was in the hands of Jiraxnu, meaning he was given a certain amount of space for in terms of gold and XP. So, like what you said earlier, will Jiraxnu be able to actually retaliate? But, this is too early to conclude. But onto the top side, just really taking advantage of the HP of Zapnu right there and goes for the kill. Okay, so Selena was able to stun the Bruno, but it's not enough to go for a team fight. Why? Simply because it's still the early game. You can't really do much. But here, though, looks like the tower dive successfully onto Hate's favor, and that goes for another kill from Execration.
Alright, if we're talking about the early game, that's one of the best early games you can get. If you're a Ling, get that first kill on your team. He's getting all that jungle gold, 1-0-0 so far, so he's on the right track. The rest of the team, not so much. They're suffering a few setbacks here and there, but it's nothing that you can't recover from. So BSB, they really need to keep up this pace. It's a little hard to start the early game with the lineup that they have, because right now the only thing they can do is this: chain that crowd control and get that kill, but will they get it? I don't think so. Looks like Zabnu's still gonna be able to survive. Wow, Execration getting 2 for 0 against BSB.
That was a beautiful control done by Execration right there. They're not stopping. Looking here, looks like they will be forming out Sager Cutie right here. Will he be able to go back? No. And Ling again goes for that successful kill in time in a very beautiful manner. Rockhart, I am seeing some dominance on Execration.
Yep, and that's what they're really known for, right? That super strong bravado gameplay where they really act like they're super dominant. That's why I think the reason why Execration really likes those fighter roles, if you'll notice. They like those spams, they like those Leomords. But again, that usually works on teams that are lower down on the bracket. For higher up teams, yeah, like on, again, Brand Esports, that didn't work. And here, though, like BSB, they found a target here with Chaknu on that Atlas. Very, very low right now. Gonna go for the run, but not gonna be able to make it out. Itumax gets the kill, though, as a revenge engagement with Ling. And looks like the ultimate not gonna be hitting many targets, forcing everyone to back off. Chaknu, you're a little bit in danger. Oh, Itumax getting a pickup there on the back end. Chaknu will be able to survive. He does not have the ultimate. Looks like he will be able to jump. Itumax, though, catching targets left, right, and center out of nowhere. And they are not dead. Give me some breathing room. Execration, they really want to get those kills. And the killing spree on to 8.
Done so beautiful in a manner that we were mentioning that Ling has some things to compensate about, but look at here, Hate really showing up some dominance ever since the start of our game, and they're not stopping. Atlas with that wonderful pick off, that is just really smooth plays done by Execration right now, and I'm pretty sure they're off to the turtle side, but here, BSB on the run. Let's see if there's another potential pick-off coming in from Execration.
Whew, Chaknu again, just threatening a little bit, flexing some of those metallic muscles on Atlas. But again, for a majority of the fight, man, Betty Q is not even joining right now. He wants a piece of the action. Wants to go in for a target. Execration gonna have to disengage on this one. Ultimate going in, unstoppable force by Wilson, not really resulting too much. In the middle of the fight though, look at that. This Uranus really soaking up damage and dealing as much. But yeah, Execration, they don't want to take this fight yet.
Yes, indeed. I mean, I get the logic behind why they wouldn't really engage into that fight, simply because their HPs are kind of in a risk factor, and you don't really want to give as much kills onto your opposing team. But going back right here, it looks like they're already tip-top in good shape as E2max just to get some of the resources in the long run. This is a 2v1 happening right here. The Sunray will be propped, and look at you, 4 man down. Goodbye to you, Uranus.
Wow, BSB starting to really look a little bit sloppy here on their positioning around the map, and that's not a good sign. If you want to get back against a 10-4 team that has a Ling 404, you have to do better than this, so they have to be careful when they're giving away those kills. Right now, though, they are in a pretty weird spot, but hey, they're still confident, has the help of E2max, goes down with the ultimate, not gonna be alive for long. They shut down on the Bruno. Jiraxin gets the kill.
Indeed, if you've noticed, the Ling already uses his ult, but really capitalizing that, took advantage and uses the divine judgment to turn the tides around. That was good discipline by the Kaja, but again, going back right here, it looks like they'll be throwing it away into the towers, into their favor. Look at it, to and from, where's the dragon's gonna be used. Almost will be going for the kill, make it a double rock card. This is killing spree for everybody. Triple kill.
Wow, triple kill, oh man. Zapnu, he got angry there. He got some of that sweet revenge from 1-2 that he scored it 2-2. So,
yes, indeed.
That goal lead is quite, it's not as big as I thought it would be, considering we're 13-5, but they're getting their win condition. Look at Hayes, he's so fed right now.
Indeed, and this was one of the things that made it work. Look, it was a pretty messy fight, but Sal's managed to get his footing and just go all out with the damages that he possesses. And here, if you look at the replay, the arrows were on point, and it just goes to show that EXECRATION has a lot of patience and on-timely points on to our battle.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're utilizing the slipperiness of their heroes. I mean, if you look at their heroes, man, look, they have a Cho, they have a Ling, and again, Apnu on this Sam's just, these are pretty hard to kill heroes, you gotta admit, right? Even the Ling, as squishy as he is, he can just use pinch points to go up a wall, then he's pretty safe. He can just jump wall to wall, and so far, the Kai are not doing that much. There's another fight in the middle. Oh, that's a huge Tempest of Blades alongside the Color Inferno, wiping out the HP bars of BSB members. And Jirax no all alone. No one is here to save the day. But looks like he will be able to get out. No, it's hit. He got hit with a stun. What happened? The tower in the middle goes down. I think Jirax will still be able to get out. And he didn't even need to use his Purify, luckily enough, but overall, BSB starting to lose slowly here.
Yes, indeed. And if you notice, that was a beautiful team fight earlier, done by the Atlas and the Ling. You know, Atlas doing his job, compiling up the members of BSB, and followed by Ling's ultimate, which gives you that overall damage kill. And they didn't stop there. You know, after that, they transitioned to getting that turret pushes and really dominating onto the map, gains the control, and garners a lot of resources, which is looking so good for EXECRATION right now.
Super smooth, I gotta say. I mean, if you're talking about having a lead and keeping them,
That Mr. 100%.
Because it's incredibly
Early game strategy, which is to, you know, really go and farm resources.
yeah, and resource.
But here, man, they are playing smarter. They are playing smoother, and I just love it how these are all picked from not just by Fusaken or Cecilion or even the carry alone, but with the help of Thomas and the Jawhead as well.
Yeah, beautifully done again. Individual performance is stellar, but when they work together, man.
I mean, because of two things, EXECRATION side now, that they suffered a loss from.
Go. The Lord is already onto the base. This gives them more allowance to go and split push the remaining turrets that BSB has. And now is the time for the potential clash right here. But they might be focusing onto the base right here. Right, that is all picture perfect for the Esmeralda. Alongside with Bruno just free hitting like there's no tomorrow. Look at that damage. Look at that output. It looks like this will be EXECRATION's game for our battle. Man, congratulations to EXECRATION. Wow.
I was really looking forward